Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to our virtual college visit today. We have TeCarla Moore from Old Dominion University, and we're really excited to hear all the fabulous things she has to say.
Awesome. Well, thank you and good afternoon or good evening to everyone who is viewing the presentation today. I thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hear a little bit about ODU, and thank you to, of course, the school counseling staff, Ms. Bolander and her colleagues for hosting, and thanking them for giving me the platform. So I'm excited to be here. What I have shared today is just a series of slides that will go over some facts, figures, information you might find useful as you are researching, learning, or perhaps considering applying to or just knowing more about ODU, and hopefully finding your fit as you're going through the college search process. If I haven't seen or met you before, my name is TeCarla Moore. I am the Senior Admissions Counselor at ODU. I do work on our main campus in Norfolk in undergraduate admissions, so I am the specific point person for Hanover County Schools. I'm excited to be here. I've done visits before, and I'm excited to be back. Of course, you'll find information today that pertains to the university in general, and then also some specific info on the admissions process. So feel free, if you have questions, to let me know. You can use the chat. I'll also pause if you want to unmute and ask it verbally, whatever works for you. So I'm excited to be here. On your screen, you will see at the bottom a QR code underneath the top national research institution title. If you are viewing, of course, from a laptop, desktop, computer, a tablet, feel free to just scan that QR code if you're interested in getting more information from ODU, getting on our mailing list to get some emails, text messages, announcements, invitations, etc. And if you're already on the list, then no need. Of course, we will continue to communicate with you. If you're not familiar, ODU, of course, is one of your public state school options located in Norfolk, Virginia. We are mainly known as a research institution, meaning that STEM-H is on the forefront at ODU. You'll notice our campus is, of course, one of your younger options in the Commonwealth. It's very innovative. There's a lot of smart technology here, brand new buildings, new construction always going on, and it's a very vibrant place to be if you're looking for somewhere that's up and coming and just really hands-on in terms of your education and your atmosphere. You'll notice that also ODU prides itself on being one of the most diverse places to learn in the Commonwealth and on the East Coast. Our student body spans the gamut. It's not unusual to find that working mom on campus, maybe a military member, a first-generation student, an international student, and someone who's just part-time, all sitting in one classroom learning together. So we do bring quite a bit of uniqueness to our educational aspects, and we hope that you would research all of these things and embrace them as you're getting to know ODU. In terms of our location, as I stated earlier, we are in the city of Norfolk. Norfolk is the second largest city in Virginia, next to Virginia Beach. We are, of course, in the Tidewater region. If you're looking to go east, by the beaches, by the waterways, great area to be in. I've lived here practically all my life, and I really love it. You'll notice, of course, on the screen, our Waterside District that is actually in downtown Norfolk, which is only 5 to 10 minutes east of ODU's campus. Your campus sits in between the Norfolk Naval Base and the downtown area in a great metropolitan setting. So if you're thinking about internships, jobs, opportunities, things to do, culture, festivals, museums, if you do want an area where you have a lot to do both on and off your campus, you're going to find ODU to be the perfect medium to give you that access. Also, you'll notice that we are close to interstates, bus stations, train stations, airports. So if you have friends or family that are traveling, it's very easy to navigate getting in to and from ODU. And then also you'll notice that there's a lot of things for you to pursue even after graduating. If you're looking to stay in the Tidewater region, lots of employers, lots of networks that come along with being in this area. So we're really excited to not only bring you the university, but also the city and the surrounding cities that make up the Tidewater region. Of course, I would love to have you on campus and be with you in person, but since we are not, I have a quick highlighted video that will give you a landscape overview of what you can expect when you're able to see campus. I'll go ahead and hit play. So just a quick few highlights, some things I really want you to pay attention to as you're thinking about the options. Of course, first generation students, we definitely want to help and provide those resources. Definitely student-centered and student-focused. Affordability, veteran services, those are all big highlights that we really want to provide with the ODU product, and hopefully families will be able to embrace those services as they're going through the ODU curriculum. In terms of demographics, of course, we have a mid-large student body is what I like to say. We're right at about 24,000 students and growing. ODU is one of your bigger state school options if you're looking for a little bit of a larger atmosphere. You'll notice that about, I'd say 18 to 20,000 of the students actually come physically to our Norfolk campus. We have quite a few students that actually learn online. ODU Online is a booming arena, so you'll see students enrolled all over doing their learning virtually. And then also you have a lot of service members, adult learners, et cetera, that might be part-time, or maybe they're learning off and on the campus at various times. So you won't be here with all of our population, but the majority do step foot in Norfolk. You'll notice about 20,000 are bachelor's degree seekers, they're undergrads. The remaining are master's or doctoral students. Our graduate school studies as well is an option for ODU. Within our 8 academic colleges, that does include the Perry Honors College and our graduate school. You'll also find about 91 different bachelors. So if you're somebody that's looking for a large palette of what you could study, you'll notice with your state public schools, there's going to be a lot of options. So families can really span the gamut on what they want to study. You'll also notice that we have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Great ratio for a school of our size. If you're someone that's concerned about the big school atmosphere, no worries. ODU has a small enough student to faculty that sometimes you forget you're at a big state school. You do step out to 333 acres of campus, but then you're sitting in classrooms that might be 30, 25, 30 students. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. I like to say it's that mid-large where you get the big school, but then you still get the small school feels. And you have a lot of one-on-ones with professors. You get small lab sections. You can pick tinier sections for the honors college. Really, you can kind of make this and curate your experience because we're big, but not so ginormous that it's impossible. So you're able to have the best of both. And lastly, I just want to highlight our campus is home to 35 State Council of Higher Education in Virginia Outstanding Faculty Awards. That's the highest award a professor can earn in the state. ODU holds the #2 spot out of all the Commonwealth of Virginia institutions. So our professors are well known. They're ready to work, they're doing the research, they're winning the awards, they're traveling, they're getting into the labs, and they're ready to welcome our students on campus when you want that experience. So just a couple of demographic things to think about when you're pursuing or researching ODU. In terms of majors, I do want to highlight that although we have over 91 of them, of course, there are many you can choose from. The beauty of ODU is that we do not admit students by major. We let students choose their major whenever they're ready to declare. Many of our students, by the time they apply to admission and then actually matriculate to campus, they may have changed their mind about what they want to major in, or maybe they've discovered a new minor, etc. So rest assured, seniors, if you're not sure what you want to major in, that does not have an effect on your admission. We do have students who, of course, pursue a little bit of everything. Like I stated earlier, we're mainly a STEM-H research school, so you'll see a lot of people coming in for engineering, thinking about marine studies because we are by the water. You'll see a lot of people thinking about teaching and education. We do license the highest number of teachers and counselors in the Commonwealth. A lot of people thinking about being business entrepreneurs. The Strome College of Business has a great entrepreneur center. And then of course, a lively art district if you're thinking about theater, music, dance, etc. So of course, take your time, research what it is that you want to study. All of our academic partners are ready and willing to speak with you. So if you have a question about a major or just don't know how to navigate something, we recommend reaching out. Also take advantage of some of those open house events. A lot of our academic partners have started to host their own individual events. That way you can get one-on-one with them. And then of course, us in admissions can help walk you through some of the processes towards being in a particular major. So definitely some things to think about when you're deciding what to study. Of course, coming along with deciding what to study are the resources and the support that you'll receive once you do decide to become a student. ODU has what's called a Student Success Center. That includes everything from our Writing Center, our Math and Science Resource and Tutoring Center. We have first generation mentoring and student services, educational accessibility if you need accommodations. Also office hours for our professors and faculty and peer mentors. So we really want students to not only be students, but be supported. Oftentimes you come to a big school, state school, new atmosphere, you might need that help, you might need that resource or just being able to connect. And so being part of the student services organizations is definitely key. Also, one thing I do want to point out is our Center for Major Exploration. We do have a team of advisors on hand to meet with students who might be undecided. Maybe they just don't know what to major in, or maybe they get here and have a change of heart. We do have a group of advisors dedicated to keeping you on track, making sure you're taking the foundational courses, and then helping you assess what are your strengths, weaknesses, skills, likes, dislikes to help to form a major. So hopefully that's helpful too, as you're thinking about being new and how you would navigate through the services on campus. In terms of working, of course, many parent students want to know, what is the return on investment to getting a degree? You know, I'm going through, I'm getting all types of skill sets and I'm working on resumes, et cetera. How does that work with career and what does that mean for me? Well, we do have what's called a Career Development Center. It's CDC here on campus. They do everything jobs. There's actually a liaison for each of the 8 academic colleges that works in career development. So there's someone out there for the science majors, the engineers, the business majors, the education majors. Their job is to be a go-between. They're going to find information on what employers are looking for, internship opportunities, let you know about job fairs. They also help you with your resume, your cover letter. They'll do practice interviews and do mock interviews. We do have interview studios on campus where we bring employers on to work with students one-on-one. And then also, you can do more than one experience. Many of our students come in from freshman year, register with career development, and by the time they graduate, they've done 3 or 4 different opportunities. So it doesn't have to be here on campus. It can be in your city, your town, another city. We have a lot of connections with ODU. And many of our employers, they come back looking for ODU students. So you definitely want to be part of career development. You want to put yourself out there, network, and make sure you build a foundation that you can take with you to either grad school or the job of choice after you get your degree. In terms of student life, I know many students and parents want to know, what's it like to be an ODU student? What do you have going on campus? What's going on? Some of you may know a friend, family member, and a former alumni, somebody who's either at ODU or went here. But as you can see on the screen, we have over 300 student organizations, everything from marching band, dance teams, choirs, musical groups, political groups, religious groups. Whatever you do in your school, your city, your town, you can do at ODU. And the beauty of it is you can form or develop a group as long as you have 3 or more people that are interested in that organization if you don't see it active already on our campus. Greek life, of course, is here. There's over 30 chapters of fraternities and sororities. You'll notice 15 housing options, very residential campus. We just opened our 15th hall about a year ago. So if you have not had a chance to see the new Hugo A. Owens house, I recommend taking a tour. There's a beautiful virtual tour on our website. We're also open for business in person here. So many people have come and put eyes on this beautiful building. Of course, all of the ODU housing is air conditioned. Very important for people. I get that question a lot. It's all suite style. You do not share your bathroom with a hallway. You share with just your roommate or your suite mates. It is co-ed in our buildings. They're also key card entry for security. You do get packages and mail delivered directly to the building, and all of them have either an eatery, dining hall, some sort of convenience store, something attached or nearby for your convenience. You also can choose your own roommates and suite mates. So once you decide ODU is it, you have free access to that housing app and you can start making those decisions. Also, you'll notice 17 dining locations. If you're thinking about food, you will not be hungry. You'll notice everything from Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, all the way down to Raising Cane's, Starbucks, Domino's. And then you have your 3 major dining halls that do home cooked meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner. There's different menus, different food stations. just a lot of different things you can eat on and off campus and around our vicinity. So definitely come see us. We do give you discounts to our bookstore. We'll give you a meal pass to eat in the dining hall. We want you to check out the product, and that way you can see if it's a great fit for you when you're on campus. So keep us in mind, and definitely keep these factors in mind as well. One thing I do want to share is some of the student life, so you can kind of see what do we do at ODU, some of our events. This was our 2019 Monarch Beach Bash. We did not have it in 2020 due to COVID. Hopefully we can bring it back this year, but I just wanted to show a quick highlight reel of what that's all about. I'll go ahead and hit play. So that was just one example of an event that we host on campus called our Beach Bash on the back of our campus in the quad area. Lots of fun. All the student orgs come out. Great time. Hopefully we can bring it back. Next, I wanted to go into a little bit of athletics. I know people are wondering, what division are you? Do you have sports? We are Division I. We play in Conference USA. There are 18 intercollegiate teams at ODU on men's and women's levels. Remember, to be part of a Division I institutional team, you do have to be recruited through the National Clearinghouse. That's the NCAA. For those of you that are familiar, make sure you are registered and eligible for D1 recruitment. If not interested in D1 sports, we do have 13 club and intramural sports. So you can certainly just be a student participant through our rec center. Our rec center is 15,000 square feet of workout space. It has an Olympic-sized pool in it, a 2-story rock climbing wall, indoor track. That's your gym. You become a student, all you need is your ID, swipe in, get the equipment. There's even outdoor adventure programs where you can go hiking, canoeing, skiing, bike riding. They have different classes they teach. There's all kinds of equipment. So I'm really excited that we have a lot to do in terms of being active, you know, with sports and with the rec center. Those are also available. You can view any sporting event for free with your student ID once you become a student, and then you can use the rec center for free as well. So feel free to check those out when you're on campus or online. Next, a quick slide from my office. Admission, seniors, what does it take to get in? The time is green light go for our seniors, juniors. This will be you next year. It comes quick. As you can see, we are on the application phase right now. We're online on the Common App and the ODU app. They're both open for business as we speak. We have 2 deadlines. We have a December 1 early action and a February 1 regular decision. Seniors early action just means, hey, I want to be the first to hear back from ODU, and I want to be the first considered for merit scholarships. No effect on you binding to ODU. It's not a commitment. You're just wanting to get this done early so you can have a decision in your hands that you can discuss. February 1st, just regular across the board for all seniors of your senior year, February 1st. You'll notice the required items. Keep in mind, ODU does remain test optional. We will continue to be test optional. You do not need an SAT or ACT for basic admission. Remember, some special programs like the Honors College or maybe a guaranteed medical program, they may ask for a test score. It's not necessarily for admission, but for more of your back end special programs. So keep that in mind and do that research as well. You'll notice the high school transcript is needed. If you dual enrolled, make sure we get your dual enrollment transcript. If you have any AP, IB, honors, any sort of test score out there, make sure we get those. And then of course we do use weighted GPAs. So we are looking at those advanced courses. We're looking at what you took in the context of your high school, and also giving you that opportunity to display your level of work on that transcript. I will let you know most students are averaging right around a 3.3 for admission to ODU. That's the average. It's not a minimum or maximum. That's just about 50% of what we see. So we will be admitting students, of course, above that. There may be some students in the pool that are below that. We are a state institution, so we're going to be fair and helpfully admit as many students as we can. If you have questions, of course, you can reach out to admissions. All of this information is also on our website, or send an email or give a call if there's anything specific to your file that you would like to discuss. In terms of pricing, I know families want to know, how can we finance this education? What is it costing to go to ODU nowadays? As you can see, in-state students, if you're living on campus, you're paying a total of $24,000 for the whole year. It is not for the semester. It's not for a half a year. This is for the whole year. If you are not living on campus, maybe you're doing online learning, maybe you have family, commuting, you're just paying tuition, which is the $11,000 per year. This is before any financial aid has been applied, before any scholarships, before any grants, before anything. This is the most. So ODU still remains one of your most affordable public four-year options in the Commonwealth. So we're super excited to bring you such a affordable price. Also keep in mind, when you are getting admitted to ODU, you are getting admitted with merit scholarship. So that's one thing you'll have already in your pocket, is your merit scholarship amount, and then you can apply that along with your federal financial aid, as well as any other scholarships that you may be bringing with you. Also, FAFSA, free application for federal student aid, opens October 1st. I believe that's next week. It's so quick. I feel like we just ended another year and it's already time for FAFSA again. So please connect with your GRASP advisor or with your school counselor on any FAFSA information. If you need to know how to fill it out or what it is or how to do it, they're happy to help. And then that can be applied to, of course, your ODU overall tuition. So do ask us questions if you think of anything after. Of course, what I just said, of course, FAFSA opens October 1st. The priority filing date for ODU is January 1st. So if you can get it in between now and January, it's going to qualify you for the most amount of monies. Also, keep in mind, financial aid stated if you submit your activity resume, you can apply for or be eligible for additional scholarships. Often there are specific things out there for people in band, Eagle Scouts, people in the Honor Society, artists, musical people, people who sing, people who are left-handed, whatever it is that you do, include that. We want to know about you and we want to find money so that we can help you finance the education. So include your student activity resume, get your FAFSA in, and you'll be good to go with ODU. Lastly, I'd like to leave you with a quick testimonial from one of our student ambassadors. Who better to hear it from than your peers on why they chose ODU and their experience. So I'll go ahead and hit play.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jellica. I am a sophomore majoring in exercise science, and I am from Virginia Beach. The reason why I chose Old Dominion University is because both my big brother and my big sister went to this university, and they spoke so highly about the professors, the different networking opportunities. And so I knew I wanted that same exposure in my professional development. And so I was extremely grateful when I was also given scholarship money to come out to the university. And so those were two huge incentives for me to be a Monarch. But the real reason why I've truly stayed is because I love campus. I love the student population and how diverse it is. I am constantly being exposed to new ways of thinking, new ideas of thought, different cultures. And so for me, ODU has really been a catalyst in my life for me, not only in my professional growth, but also my personal growth and development. And so for all those reasons, I'm extremely grateful to be a Monarch.
All right, and with that said, I will leave you, of course, with our contact information. Again, that QR code is on the screen. You will see our phone number, our email address, and our social media accounts. Also, I'm TeCarla Moore. I'm also on the website. I'm your specific contact. So happy to bring you a little corner of ODU. And at this moment, are there any questions?
I have a quick question. So you talked a lot about off campus versus on campus. Is there any regulations about when you can live off campus?
Great question, Ms. Bolander. Actually, there are not. ODU allows anyone at any year of their education to live off or on. So if you are one that wants to be off campus, there's no restriction, no mandate. If you want to be on campus, we do guarantee freshman housing first. So we will ask you many, many times before we fill that room, are you sure you don't want it? And therefore we would take that you found your own arrangements.
That is nice flexibility for students, for sure. Any other questions out there?
Questions, thoughts, anything I may have forgotten? Feel free to ask.
Well, it sounds like we're good, Ms. Moore. Thank you so much for your time today. You gave us a lot of wonderful information about ODU, and students, make sure you use these contacts and find out the information you need to make the right choice and the right fit for you.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.